Fox News hosts are starting to malfunction live on air. Here's Maria Bartiromo attacking Bernie Sanders for simply wanting more stimulus checks during a pandemic.
Wow, this is unbelievable, you guys. Thank you so much, and good morning to you.
Good morning.
I think that this is exactly what is explaining what we have in front of us. Two different approaches to governing. On the one hand, President Trump's approach to governing has been make sure that there are enough opportunities for people to work, give people the access to employment so that they can make as much as they want. They can make sure to work hard to ensure that they have equality and access to a job and to their own money. And the other approach is to give people who do not have enough, give it to them, like free school, free health care, free et cetera, $2,000 checks. And what we saw from President Trump's approach earlier this year is that was lifting many boats.
That's amazing. Hey, Maria, you do know that they already did a round of stimulus. $1,200 checks went out to people, and you had the expanded unemployment benefits. By the way, this was the only part of the CARES Act that was good, because it's largely a giant corporate giveaway. $5 trillion worth of a corporate giveaway. But the little thing they added in there to sweeten the package for the American people was a one-time $1,200 payment and expanded unemployment benefits. Trump signed that. So Trump did the thing that she's acting like he didn't do. She said the other approach from Trump is to give people, she says, the other approach from Trump is to give people access to employment and hard work. In other words, she's arguing for a hands-off approach during a pandemic. I don't know if you know this, but a hands-off approach during a pandemic and an economic implosion is literally the last thing you should ever do. Ever. That would only exacerbate the crisis. Giant spike in unemployment. It would be unbelievably disastrous. And so she makes fun of Bernie. She says, well, Bernie's approach is to give people who do not have enough, give them stuff like school, healthcare, and checks. Yeah, give them all of that. Definitely give them healthcare, because every other developed country has healthcare, and we have a pandemic and tens of millions of people who are uninsured. So check on that. Definitely give them healthcare. Definitely give them higher education. A lot of developed countries do free college. We absolutely can and should do that in this country. And she scoffs at the idea of $2,000 checks. Are you kidding me? 30% of the country is on the brink of foreclosure or eviction. As soon as these protections are taken away, we're screwed. We're going to have a giant housing crisis. More homeless people than you could ever imagine. One article said 28 million potentially. Right now, we only have maybe about 1 million, 500,000 to 1 million. 28 million! And she's scoffing at the idea of stimulus during a pandemic and an economic depression. Even the person who she loves, Trump, doesn't agree with her. And Trump and Mnuchin were pushing for a stimulus package. It was Pelosi and McConnell who were blocking it. It's amazing the things like, they're always going to attack these things no matter what. Free healthcare, doesn't matter, every other developed country has it. Free higher education, doesn't matter that many other developed countries have it. Stimulus checks, doesn't matter that other developed countries are doing wage replacement schemes. So the government will pay you 75 or 80% of your wages just to stay home, because this is what you have to do during a pandemic. She somehow manages to fetishize laissez-faire free market capitalism in the midst of a crisis where that approach would exacerbate every single problem we're facing. And she wrongly says that, that's Trump's approach. No, he did the stimulus. And he did the stimulus because apparently he's not as dumb as you are. So they always are going to push their narrative and push their ideology, even when it's a square peg, round hole situation with the facts and with what would happen in the country. God forbid, if Maria Bartiromo ever had the office of the presidency or had power to govern, we never would have done any stimulus. Unemployment would be 15 or 20%. it would be beyond disastrous. It's already disastrous because we've only had one stimulus check. But it would have been, the suffering and the pain would have been double what it is now. Double. And so, yeah, Bernie's right about all that stuff. And even Donald Trump understands that stimulus is necessary. Donald Trump and Steve Mnuchin understand it. The real problem, like I said, Pelosi and McConnell. But as the entire country is struggling to pay the bills, she's scoffing at the idea of more stimulus checks, of a $2,000 monthly check. You absolutely should do that.